Welcome back. So that's the trailer of the movie making the buzz right now, and we have one of the cast members who is Odudu Bariba. Odudu Bariba. But we all know him as area father, Charlie Boy. Good to have you on the show this morning.
Or should we say Charlie Man? Odudu Bariba himself.
You said, should we call him Charlie Man? Well, you say he's boy.
Okay, all right then.
Or area father.
Which one are you?
Not today, Alero, not today, please.
Okay, sorry, okay. Okay, today you are Odudu Bariba.
Odudu Bariba. Odudu Bariba.
Odudu Bariba.
Okay. Yeah.
Odudu
Bariba.
Correct.
Which means what, please?
Odudu Bariba means a spiritual butterfly. It's the symbol for my deep spirituality. You know, the butterfly undergoes certain metamorphosis before it becomes that beautiful. Yeah. And the butterfly has this sense of fragility about it. Yeah. So Odudu Bariba is the symbol, because my own slant to it is that this spiritual butterfly swallowed what swallowed the elephant. Now you go figure that out.
The spiritual butterfly swallowed what swallowed the elephant.
Yes.
Butterfly, elephant.
That is a
Small butterfly.
Swallowed the elephant. Is like a phoenix. They never die. They live forever.
Oh, okay. That is why you didn't die at the end. Well, sorry. Odudu Bariba did not die at the end of the movie.
Well, I don't know.
He was removed from the seat because he was sitting on the chair of the king. He was removed from that seat, and a lot of people were eliminated, but not him. Right?
Well, he was shot. We saw him being shot.
Well, but he didn't die.
We saw Makanaki being shot before,
we
too.
We don't know that for sure.
No, well, Makanaki came back one-eyed, and we all thought he had died.
Mm-hmm. How was this for you, you know, the filming, you know?
Yeah. How was what?
How was it for you, you know, featuring in this movie?
It was one of my Kodak moments, yeah, that I will always treasure.
Oh.
You know, when you admire somebody from afar, and you respect them for their work, you know, their input into the industry, and for that same person to, out of the blues, call you up and say, hey, yeah, I got a role for you. I'm not really an actor like that. At least so I thought, you know, until she called me and I said, you won't make I can't spoil your movie. I beg you. He said, don't worry, but you've been acting all your life. You know, Charlie, we know you. And the first 30 minutes was like, oh my God, I hope I'm doing the right stuff. But after the first hour, it was a cruise level for me. Because she was calling the shot, though I must say that she's a slave driver.
What was it like acting with a crew, a powerful cast like that?
I was intimidated when I knew all the people that I was going to be doing stuff with. I mean, the likes of RMT, Enyola, and so on and so forth. It was like, gee, you know, is this what I'm up against? But somehow she managed to make me feel comfortable in the first hour. Okay, and from there it was just cruise control for me.
But you were, excuse my French, you were a good gangster.
Okay?
I don't want to use the word that's in my mind, but you know what I mean. You were a good.
Don't worry, I know what you mean.
A good gangster.
Yeah, but you see, being your authentic self is a little different from being in front of the camera and being asked to, no, 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 that's not it. Do it like this, do it like that. Sometimes 20 takes, sometimes 50 takes, because it has to be to the satisfaction of the director producer, He or she is looking for something in particular. And until he or she gets it, you have to keep taking it over and over again, So that could be sort of tiring, you know.
Okay, so that was tiring for you, and that's, I guess, why you said that she's a slave driver.
But I liked it. I liked that her ability in looking for what she wants and insisting on what she wants, because that's where my respect is coming from.
And perhaps that's why we have this buzz around the movie right now.
Say?
I said, I guess that's why we have this buzz around the movie right now. Let's
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
the
because she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I like to work, I keep saying it, with people I have tremendous respect for, and the people who know their arts, And I don't mind taking orders as long as I respect you, as long as I feel that you know exactly what you're doing. I don't mind.
and an order that comes with some reason to smile
So
to
you
the
didn't
bank.
mind being ordered around by little Miss Adetiba?
No, not at all. Because I love her, I respect her, so she can bully me once in a while. I don't.
So what would you say is that message in this movie? What would you say is that message that is very, concrete, that people can take away from it?
Well, it's kind of is a telltale about the kind of politicians we have around, the kind of things that they are up to. Like I always say, they're all gangsters anyways. And you can't get into this kind of politics unless you're a thug, unless you have some measure of criminality.
Okay.
Because for those who will say one thing in the morning and a change of statement in the afternoon, and then the night is totally something else, my God, how do we keep up with those breed of people? How do we keep up? So it's somewhat like an X-ray of what's happening in our country.
But some people say that it was too violent, though. What do you think?
Well, let's come down to Naira and Co. Violence sells. It's just a script, you're acting. It's just like when people tell me about the music, oh, the music these days is cheap, the lyrical content are not as deep. And I'm saying, okay, so it is called show business. You can't have the show without the business. Mm-hmm. And somebody, if there's no demand, there won't be supply.
True.
So what are we talking about? There are the people who are singing conscious music. So why don't you talk about those kind of people? But it's because you that is asking me the question, you buy those kind of music. So who are you to come and be saying all of that? If you want to listen to conscious music, there are a lot of artists singing that. But because majority of the people are tuned into either the beat or the funny lyrics and content of the music, so they buy it. It's about the need and supply. Yeah.
Charles, I have bumped into a discussion about this movie, and there was talk about this actually happens in the underworld. Is there any truth in that statement?
I wouldn't know about the underworld, though. They just called me to come out. It's my
To come and be a
accent.
gangster.
Yeah, and I've played a gangster all my life, even though I'm not one. I guess that's why Kenny said to me, "Oh, you've been acting all your life. Come on, Charles." So I don't know how it happens. You're asking me. Yeah, I'm not a real gangster.
No. You may have read a background or discussed it with her or something like that.
No, I just came there to do what I was asked to do.
Okay.
Period.
Odudubariba.
Yes.
Let's talk about the cast and crew. What's it like?
The funny thing, we go to shoot our own individual segment or section. Sometimes, like throughout, I didn't see Miss Randall. It's not like all the casts and the crew, they come together. No, it's when you have your own scene. The days you have your own scene with the people you have that scene with, you go and shoot. So I didn't see on set, I didn't get an opportunity to see Richard. I didn't see Mrs. Randall and the husband. I didn't see Taiwo Ajayi license. It was when I now watched the film. So all these characters
We're also there.
Yeah.
But did you enjoy acting that role?
Did I enjoy? I wanted to do so many things, but we need to keep to the script. I mean, there was a script for it, so you can't go too far with the script. Yeah.
But you enjoyed it.
Of course, once I put my heart in something and I'm ready to do whatever it is, I must have fun with it. That's the first rule.
Okay.
If I can enjoy it, so why bother?
Yeah. So are we expecting to see you in more movies from now on then?
Well, like I always would say, they have to be up to that standard or better. And the money has to be like that money or better. That's the only thing that I have so many things that
I mentioned that earlier. I said being ordered around. I said you would be willing to be ordered around when you know
that
what you're smiling to the bank with, and he just confirmed it.
Well, it's not like that. It's not like really like you have it in Hollywood and you can name your prize. Hell no. I guess most of the people who are this way involved is because they are passionate about the arts.
Yeah.
That's the number one reason. It's not because of money. Okay? I'll tell you that much. I didn't get into it because the money was gaga. Hell no. I got into it because I keep feeling, you see this character, Charlie Boy? Every time I turn around, there's something new about that character. And that is why I always will say, they finish. Because every day I'm discovering something new about this character called Charlie Boy.
So what would you say? You have said that if you have to accept any other movie, it has to be this kind of standard or even higher. What would you say is that challenge with, having this kind of production, this kind of standard?
I didn't get that question. I'm sorry.
Okay, I said, you mentioned earlier that if you have to do any other movie, it would have to be this kind of standards or even higher. What would you say are those challenges when it comes to having this kind of production that, you have described as, having high standards?
Oh my God, you need to have a lot of dough. For all those people who would use 10 million, 20 million to shoot a movie, what the hell do you think you're doing? I mean, Kemi's movie wouldn't have cost. Listen, I may not be in movie making, but I know a little bit. about that industry. Just a little bit, I said. And from what I saw, the crew, the equipment, man, that movie can be anything less than over 100 million naira. Yes. So you have to have that kind of money. I mean, if you want, go big or go home. That's what I always say. If you want to do it in style now. Otherwise, just forget it.
Big or go home, Charles. Maybe it's time for us to go home.
Yeah, we're going home right now. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you for joining us this morning. Odudu
Thank you
Bariba.
for having me.
Odudu Bariba. Did I get it now?
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And Ududubariba closes Sunrise for this morning, the first Saturday of September, or the first one of the Ember months, as they say in Nigeria. We'll bring you a fresh edition next Saturday, he being our strength. My name is Alero Idu, wishing you a happy weekend.
And I am your May or Taigbe. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.